mentioned, some Illinois representatives are boycotting the event tonight. Representative Mike Quigley is one of them. He decided not to attend, and he's joining us now live from D.C. Are you there? Hello to you.
Hello to you. It's good to be back with you.
Of course. Tell me why you decided not to be there tonight, what you're hoping that accomplishes.
I don't know if it accomplishes anything, but as the viewers of WGN know, I was in the chambers on January 6th when the insurrectionists attacked. Again, I was live on WGN. If it wasn't for the Capitol Police, I'm not sure I would have survived. I'm not sure our fragile little experiment in democracy would have. But 5 of those officers died, and the man who instigated it is the speaker tonight. I simply can't be in the same room with him. He pardoned the insurrectionist who made the attack on our Capitol. So for me, it's not a political statement. I'm just not going to be in the same room with this president.
But it is sending a message, though, and talking about the speaker, he said, quote, "It's detestable that Democrats like yourself are skipping the speech." So how do you respond to him?
Yeah, pardoning people who killed police officers, that's beyond detestable. It's disgusting. It's beneath the President of the United States, and I'll live with my decision.
Okay. Instead, tonight, what will you be doing? Will you be watching the speech at all from anywhere?
No, I'm holding a town hall with a group called Indivisible right there in my district in the Chicagoland area. So, for me, it's a chance to communicate and listen to my constituents. Leading up to it, and just as the speech is about to begin, we're going to break so they can watch it. It's going to be about 2 hours, so you might need to take breaks in between.
Yeah, knowing President Trump and sort of what you know about him through the years, what should the American people expect from him tonight?
Yeah, look, I think 5 years of experience should tell you one thing. When this president gets in the room with the truth, a fight breaks out. I think the fact-checking will be interesting to try to paint this economy where so few Americans are happy in a positive way will in doubt be a challenge and a stretch of the facts. And I also believe it's fair to say that as a country, we are less safe. We are terrifying our friends. We're telling our NATO allies they're on their own. We're acting in an imperialistic way in our own hemisphere, and yet we're acting as isolationists where we need to be helpful. The 4th anniversary of the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. You're saying it's the 4th anniversary of the war in Ukraine, of Russian forces invading Ukraine. So reflect on that moment for me, and where do you see we go from here in the next few years?
Sure. I've been to Ukraine 5 times since the war started. The extraordinary will of the Ukraine people is the only thing that's held them together against one of the largest armies in the world. They're fighting the fight for democracy. This is exactly why we fought the Second World War, to keep a sovereign democratic country from being wiped off the face of the earth. This President Trump, has created some sort of moral equivalency between the attacker and those invaded, despite that, 20,000 Ukrainian children have been kidnapped and taken into Russia. 90% of the attacks, the air attacks, missile attacks in Ukraine are on civilian infrastructure. I stood on the ground at Bucha of mass graves. So this is a fight that's our fight, and we should be helping more.
All right. Representative Mike Quigley joining us this afternoon, choosing to boycott President Trump's State of the Union speech tonight. We appreciate your time. We'll talk to you again soon.
Anytime. Thank you.